Today I'm speaking all about using the intuition to heal your emotional body. You may not quite understand what I mean when I say the emotional body, but on a subconscious level, you definitely do. You see, we all have symptoms and issues in our life, or things we've even experienced in the past, maybe not anymore, where we felt pains in the body or in the mind, or we had relationship issues, and they stemmed from an emotional reason. These emotional causes could be things like trapped emotions in the body, so this comes from not feeling your feelings and holding it in for a really long time, weeks, days, months, or even years, which then results in the body warning you that the emotion is there, it's being blocked and trapped and it wants to get out. And this warning can show up as symptoms, like I said, physical or mental. It can also be from traumas in the body. So if we have traumas, even small t traumas, not just big T traumas that we have not processed, pains maybe from years ago, big things that happened to us that we just pushed down, we never actually felt, then this will damage the emotional body, which can show up as PTSD symptoms, relationship symptoms, and a really dissatisfactory life because of the trapped trauma in the body. So firstly, if you don't hear your intuition at all whatsoever, it's blocked. That doesn't mean that you can't hear your intuition. It means you need to retrain your intuition. I have a video for you to watch if you're at that place, and then to come back to this video. I'm going to put that on the screen because that's important. If you haven't felt your intuition in a very long time, then that can help you discover how to feel it. But for now, what are the two ways that the intuition can show up? The first way is a very light and subtle feeling that we get in the body, usually in the gut. This is very, very subtle. It's never loud. It never brings shame. It never brings pain. This is what we have to know about the intuition. And that's how we decipher if it's from us or from intuition, okay? If it's from intuition, it's going to be loving. It's going to be light. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be subtle. Okay, this is why we have to retrain ourselves to hear it if we haven't been hearing it for a while, because it could be there. You may just not hear the subtle signs of it. And it often shows up, like I said, in the gut, a feeling in the body. We've all had that where we felt like we were driving on the road or we were about to meet somebody or something was about to happen and we got this gut feeling no. Sometimes we ignore it and we realize why that no came up, because something bad happened because of it. So that's the first way. That's the stereotypical, most common way that the intuition shows up. But the second way is really interesting, and this is how it showed up for myself. So sometimes the intuition doesn't even show up with any signs at all. You just get a sudden craving, or you get a sudden nudge, a sudden idea, a sudden desire to do something, but you don't necessarily know why. So a story I love is a story I heard of this man who had this kind of unusual physical difficulty that wasn't very common, where I believe he had difficulty with walking straight and his perception, and he got this sudden urge to start this sport that none of his friends did. Barely anyone he knew probably did, because it wasn't a common sport to do. Years later, he has children and he has a daughter, and the daughter ends up having the exact same difficulty that he had. He brings the daughter to the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, the way that you're going to heal this and manage this is by doing this specific sport. So that was an intuitive craving, okay? And that craving actually ended up healing him without him even realizing that he had a problem in the first place. And so this shows that sometimes our cravings, our desires lead us on the path that will heal us, okay? That's what happened to me. So when I was severely struggling with dissociating, which is essentially, if you think of a spectrum of feeling emotionally numb, it's all the way at the end of the spectrum of feeling numb. It is feeling numb to the extreme, where life doesn't feel real. So sometimes people who dissociate struggle with derealization and depersonalization, which is what I struggled with, which is not feeling like life is real. That's derealization, where your surroundings are real. And then depersonalization is where you as a human being do not feel real. That's what I also struggle with as well. It really affected my life. As you can imagine, feeling numb all of the time, severely numb, feeling like life is not real, makes life not feel worth living after some time. It can really make life tough. So I was really struggling with that, and I was struggling with that for a while. But there wasn't until a time that something happened where I was so fed up with it, I made the decision, I need this to be done. Okay, I need to be done with dissociating. So I had made this internal decision. I was done. The thing I felt called to do was to seek out a professional who could help me. So I did some research and I learned that EDMR or EMDR is very powerful, very, very effective, and works for something like 96% of people with severe PTSD. So I thought, of course this can help me. So I sought out a professional who did EMDR. I went to this professional, and this was, I believe, my intuitive calling to first go to this professional. I did EMDR with her, and it didn't work. It didn't work for me. It didn't help me. And so I was really bummed out about this. I was still extremely numb, dissociating all of the time. And then she started speaking to me about this thing that I never really grasped. I knew in the back of my mind that I needed to work on. I knew I needed to work on this, and I had heard it before, but I didn't really grasp it until it came out of her mouth about how I need to feel my emotions. And this is so simple. This is so easy. This is the easiest thing you could tell someone. Why would you pay someone $150, $200 an hour for them to tell you something so simple? Well, it was because I needed to hear it from her mouth, that I needed to feel my feelings. I don't know how many sessions later it was before I ended my sessions with her because they were not helping me. But the intuitive call to go to her was excellent because I needed her to tell me. I need to feel my feelings. From that moment, I had then made my next decision, which this is important. I made my decision that I'm going to start feeling my feelings no matter what it takes. I believe it was less than 1 week later. I can't even recall how this happened, but I end up on Amazon with a book in my cart. I don't believe it had many reviews at all, but it was a book on emotional freedom technique, and I decided to buy this book. I don't know how this book got in my cart compared to the millions of other self-help books that help people with feeling their emotions. This specific book ended up in my cart. I was intuitively drawn to this specific book. Some of you guys may know my story, so from there, read the book, started practicing, and after 3 months, I could finally cry. After every day of practicing, I could finally cry, which was an extremely big deal for me. It was huge. And from there, I healed the emotional body, I stopped dissociating, the physical symptoms dissolved also. We were designed to have the capability to heal the emotional body with the intuition leading us to the path that could do it for us, that could help us with this, okay? So now I'm going to share with you what you need to know about this so you can do this for yourself. Step 1, if you don't feel your intuition, like I said, we need to retrain it. So watch my video on that. It goes in depth. We need to retrain it. But one specific sentence or concept I mentioned in that video I'm going to mention here, which is that we need to treat our intuition like a friend and imagine the intuition as a friend, because if you ignore a friend in your everyday life consistently, you slam the door in their face, you don't listen to them, you don't respond to their texts, you don't respond to their calls, they're going to stop texting, they're going to stop calling, they're going to stop reaching out because you are ignoring them. We have to first make the decision to listen. If we get that little subtle nudge in the grocery store to not walk down that specific aisle, we do not walk down that aisle. We walk down the next one. Because if we do walk down that aisle, we are saying to that friend, I'm not listening to you. So the friend will stop speaking to us if that is the case. We have to be open to hearing the intuition and start listening when it gives us the subtle nudges. So that's the first things, we have to hear the intuition. But the biggest thing, step number 2, the biggest thing we have to do is we have to make the full body decision that we are done. We have to be so done and ready. So I was first done with my dissociating, and then I went down the path of meeting that therapist. And then I was so done with not being able to feel my feelings, and almost immediately, the way to begin feeling my feelings came to me through that book. So when I had made those decisions, the ways came to me. Okay, so we have to be really done with what we are dealing with. 3, we have to follow those intuitive nudges, those ideas, the ways that healing could happen for us. The more specific you can get, the better. For instance, with me, like I had said, when I said I'm ready to feel my feelings, because I knew that was going to be the best thing for me and my mental health, the way came to me. So become specific. I'm ready to heal. Is there something specifically you want to heal? I'm ready to heal this trauma, these trapped emotions. Try to make it specific. Make a full body decision that you're ready for this now, because maybe you've never made that decision before. Maybe you have a block in your mind, a limiting belief that's holding on to it. Maybe you're holding on to it. Maybe your ego wants to stay in victimhood. Maybe in your childhood you never got praise or love unless you were in a really bad situation, and so you hold on to your bad situations. Sometimes we have blocks and we need to work with somebody, or we have to figure it out ourselves through journaling, through EFT tapping, through meditation. What are the blocks that may be causing us to hold on to the pain, to the trauma that's damaging the emotional body? But if you don't feel like you have any blocks, I'm ready. I'm ready to heal this trauma. I'm ready to heal these emotions. We make that full body decision. We open our mind and we see what happens. We see what we're drawn to. And this could be numerous things. Maybe you're drawn to the therapist. You're drawn to journaling. You're drawn to a book. You're drawn to breath work. You're drawn to a coach. You're drawn to something, okay? And that is usually the intuition guiding you, because you finally are ready to hear it. Because maybe right before this video, you were not ready because you had not made the decision. So what if you've done all of this? You've done all of this. And if this is you, my heart really goes out to you, because there's some people who have done all of this. They're really, really suffering internally and they don't know what to do. Everything they try to do doesn't work for them. This is when we still work on hearing the intuition and having an open mind, but we use our logic here, okay? Logically, what could be the best way for me to heal this specific issue? First thing that comes to your mind. Let's go with this, okay? We go with the most logical option if we can't hear our intuition or we can't hear anything at all, okay? Logically, what could be the best thing to heal whatever I am emotionally dealing with? And we stick with that. We take it easy. We're gentle with ourselves. We go slow. Maybe it's just listening to calming music and doing breath work in the morning. Okay, maybe it's doing a daily journaling routine. Maybe it's walking in silence each day without the phone. Maybe it's speaking to this specific person. Maybe it's getting the therapist or the coach. Maybe it's watching these specific YouTube videos. We have to stick with the logic. If we don't hear the intuition, we can't hear anything. But I do believe for everybody, with every emotional pain that we have, there is a path to heal it. Keep this in your mind. Know this, that there is a path. Truly believe this. I've seen it so many times for even the most extreme cases. So this is why you need to know this for yourself. You need to have this hope that it's true for you. Okay? If you would like help from me, if you feel called to that, I offer coaching, and that can be booked down below. It's online coaching, Zoom or voice note coaching. And if not, I hope that you are guided towards the best path for you. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you.